Welcome to Inner Bliss Healing and welcome to this video on our second chakra known as the sacral chakra. Now, I'd like to introduce this very ancient concept, chakra. It's a Sanskrit word which means wheel, and every human being has 7 major chakras in our energy system, which are invisible vortexes through which we absorb energy from our surroundings, and the health and the balance of which are influenced by how we respond to life. And each chakra has different issues that they govern. These 7 chakras that we have spin like oscillating fan blades at different velocities. And to introduce this concept, here's some information on this system pertaining to the second chakra in our bodies, and that's known as the sacral chakra. And I'm very happy to go through this with you. The sacral chakra, because it's located at the sacrum area. Now, the sacral chakra is associated with duality, feminine and masculine balance. Every person, whether they're male or female, will have a balance of the feminine and the masculine. This is the Shiva and Shakti. This is the yin and yang. Now, our sacral chakra is located in our lower abdomen, about 3 fingers below the navel area. And suffice to say that it is in the hip area, and it vibrates at the color orange. Now, this sacral chakra develops during the age of 6 months to 24 months. And it is possible that if a person has gone through any trauma that has occurred during this period, it might affect the state of balance of this sacral chakra. Now, when we talk of chakras, we always talk in terms of balance. Is it under-functioning, over-functioning, in balance, or out of balance? If a chakra is under-functioning or over-functioning, it's not said to be in balance. But when it is balanced, it's said to be open and clear. When your sacral chakra is open, you're very much in touch with your feelings, and you're also able to express them. You're able to feel the difference between your own feelings and the feelings of others. And it opens the door to your creativity and allows you to be who you are, living your life with zest and enjoyment. You see, the sacral chakra is associated with our senses, our 5 senses, and also our pleasure, our sensual pleasure. And it's not just our enjoyment of life, it's also to do with our ability to experience genuine and pure sexual pleasure. And hence it's also called our sexual chakra. It's not limited only to our sexual exploration, but it also extends to pleasures we seek in a physical way. For example, a mother's pleasure in nurturing her baby falls under sacral or second chakra function. Now, the sacral chakra is so interconnected, it governs a portion of our endocrine system. In this case, would you be surprised if I told you that the sacral chakra governs the ovaries in a woman and the testes of the endocrine system? Sometimes when this goes out of balance, a physical symptom can result. So, because energy and physical are interrelated, any imbalance in the energy can manifest or show up as a physical condition or a physical symptom. Symptoms such as polycystic ovarian syndrome or PCOS could signal that your sacral chakra needs help to be balanced again. Now, what are some of the factors that may disharmonize a sacral chakra? Well, there may be situations when you're not in touch with your feelings or emotions, when you have stored, stuck, or unexpressed emotions from childhood, when you have feelings of unworthiness which were learned or taught, when you judge your own ability to creatively express yourself, when you go into a state of codependency in relationships. And these are all things that are likely or could possibly throw a sacral chakra out of balance. And there are certain telling symptoms and conditions in the body. Now, I'd like to go through some of the physical and emotional symptoms that we experience in our body that may be directly or indirectly related to an imbalanced sacral chakra. Here are some of these. Well, it has to do with the hips, so bladder problems, cystitis, which is urinary infection, endometriosis, fertility issues, miscarriages, fibroids, irritable bowel syndrome, kidney complaints, menstrual problems, muscle cramps and spasms, ovarian cysts and premenstrual syndrome, prostate problems, testicular disease, uterine fibroids, candida, impotency, bedwetting, frigidity, and any kind of creative blocks. As you can see, some of these symptoms are related to the bladder and the kidney, and some of them are related to the female reproductive system, and some of these are related to the digestive system. So you see, that area below the waist, from the waist to the pelvis, is all governed by the sacral chakra. It's very telling. Now, this would be interesting because a person may have symptom of all three. You may have a bladder issue, a urinary issue, you may have a menstrual issue if you're a woman, or a prostate issue if you're a man, and then you may have an intestinal kind of that sort of thing. It all points possibly to the sacral chakra. So check that out. Now, because mind, body, and the emotions are related, there are telling symptoms from an emotional level as well. And would you like to hear them? Well, guilt, embarrassment, shame, distrust, impatience. It's the desire to hide, the nervousness, holding on, frustration, feelings of inadequacy, tendency to push things, a tendency to feel victimized, expecting the worst in your attitude, numbness, neediness, detaching from self and going out of body, not feeling like you're grounded, feeling shut down, depression, denying your own needs, not supporting yourself, blaming others, anger at a mate, punishing yourself, denying your own needs, rejecting your own femininity or masculinity, and this may have gone back a long time into early in life, bitter words left unspoken, sexual pressure, tension, rigid social beliefs, a spite against a previous mate and you just can't forgive, the fear of mother, emotional overflow, years of controlling your emotions and not allowing them to flow, the fear of the father, denial of pleasure, and a belief. This is very important, a belief, an internal belief that intimacy and sex is bad and evil. In my video on the first chakra, which is the root chakra, I talked about addictions. I said many hardcore addictions are related to sex, drugs, and alcohol are related to a possible imbalanced root chakra. Well, in the case of a sacral chakra, your second chakra, many soft addictions such as overeating, addiction to junk food or habits are related to an imbalanced sacral chakra. To give you an overview, the sacral chakra is all about its ability to support a person to be open to the world around them, for them to have energy, compassion, grounded intuition, emotional stability, and a zest for living. On the other hand, an out of balance, out of whack sacral chakra can cause many problems. And these can be really disharmonized by not accepting and acknowledging our emotions. And so I say this, it is always important to acknowledge our emotions and to embrace our creativity and enjoy life in its many healthy pleasures which nurture our soul and spirit without judgment. Without judgment that pleasure is bad, sex is bad. These are things that we were meant to embrace in our lives in balance, in harmony. Would you believe me if I shared with you that belly dancing is a movement, an activity that helps to reconnect a person to their sacral chakra? You see, the Egyptian and the Middle Eastern traditional belly dances, that's a lot of sacral chakra work going on. Any kind of hip movement. So you can see the Latin dances, I believe the cha-cha, the rumba, very sensual and very flowing and flexible. These connect us to our sacral chakra. You see, it's an expression of the energy in the hips and the acknowledgement of the sensuality, the softness and fluidity in movement. What are other ways that we can bring our sacral chakra in balance? Well, there are meditations, just like the root chakra, and yoga is a wonderful practice. You can also find a Reiki practitioner to help balance your chakras, or a healer to help tune up your chakras. But most of all, understanding what the sacral chakra is all about means go out and live life with zest, with creativity, with enjoyment, with your own personal power. I think the way history has gone, I think it's become very patriarchal in the past, and it's downplayed the role, the existence of women, and women have always been suppressed in many instances, and this has also had a bearing on the health and the balance of their sacral chakra. So whether you're a man or a woman, you deserve to think about the your ability and your deserving to live life according to zest, in a way that is enjoyable, that's fulfilling. And this in itself will help things to come back into balance. Thank you very much for watching, and I really hope that this has been very eye-opening for you. Look out for my other videos. Please check out my website at innerblisshealing.com and drop me any questions that you might wish to ask. I prepare a health report, a health insight report, which takes into account the health of your body, your symptoms, in relation to how your emotions are doing and the mind-body connection. But I also take into account how your chakras are doing and how you're facing life and dealing with life. It's simply fascinating. Drop me a line in the meantime to better health, harmony, balance. Blessings.